Welcome back to True Treats. We're making Turkish curry and Indian falafel with tahini. To start off our curry, we first need to prepare all of the vegetables that are going to be involved. So we chop up our white onion, our potatoes, our carrots, our mushrooms, our peppers, the tomatoes, and the fresh ginger root. Then we prepare our cilantro and set those all aside so when it's time to add them in, they're already ready to go. Take your flank steak and throw it onto your hot oil and sear both sides of it. That way you get the juices from the meat mixed in with that oil, so when you toss in your vegetables, they will absorb all of those good flavors. Once the vegetables are in, add your bay leaves, your cinnamon stick, your cardamom, and your cloves, then cook them down till the vegetables are soft.
Curry comes from the word kari, meaning sauce, and is a dish full of spices, although the ingredients can vary from country to country. It was first thought in 2600 BC, people used ground spices to flavor their meats. It wasn't until 1700 BC it was found in India, where curry was developed. It was the Buddhist monk that spread these curry recipes amongst Asia. A common misconception about curry is it has to be very hot. Instead, it can vary from mild to super hot. It depends on your preference and what you can handle.
Once the vegetables have softened, toss in your fresh tomatoes and your fresh ginger root, throw in a little bit of minced garlic, and start adding in the remaining of your seasonings, like your dried marsala, your turmeric, your chili powder, your coriander, a little bit of cayenne for some heat. Then stir that all together and continue to let it simmer. Slice up your flank steak and throw it back into your pan. Add in your 2 cups of chicken broth, one at a time, stirring in between. Then throw a lid on top and let it simmer until done. Toss in your cilantro just before serving, then grab some bowls, some fresh rice, and dish it up. Now it's time to make our falafel. The first thing we're going to do is start with the tahini sauce. So we need to grind up our sesame seeds into a fine powder, then toss them into a food processor. Add in our sesame oil and a little bit of salt and blend. While it's blending, we're going to slowly add in our water. Once all the water is in, we toss in our garlic, give it one last blend, then we transfer it over to a bowl and we'll add in the rest of our ingredients. Add in your oil, some fresh squeezed lemon, and a little bit of parsley, then mix it up, and it's time to move on to the falafel. Falafels are generally accepted to have first been created in Egypt, although they are now found throughout the Middle East and Western Asia. It is believed they were first created as a replacement for meat during the period of Lent and eaten during the meal that is just after sunset to break the fast. These fritters are common street food served all over the world and are still used as a replacement of meat. First thing we needed to do to start our falafel was dice up that white onion as you just saw. Then we're throwing it into a food processor with some chickpeas, as well as our garlic, our parsley, our cumin, and our coriander. Then we added our breadcrumbs with a little bit of salt and pepper and blend it up. You want your dough to have a pretty thick consistency, so if you need to, add in a few extra breadcrumbs. Once you've got that consistency, you ball them up, then you throw them in individually with a little pat into that hot oil, fry them up, put them on a plate, and enjoy.
Thanks for watching the video and hope you enjoyed. If you have any suggestions or recipes, please let us know. Remember, you can always subscribe to us up above, like us, find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. You can click on the links down below to find the full recipes and check out the blog. And until then, keep on cooking.